Throughout the vast corridors of human history, few images are as iconic as Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Drawn around the year 1490, it shows a man standing in two poses at once, perfectly framed within a circle and a square. This wasn't just a sketch, it was a profound investigation. Leonardo was trying to capture a cosmic truth, an idea handed down from the ancient Roman architect Vitruvius, that the human body held the secrets to universal harmony. He believed our proportions were a blueprint for the perfect temple, a mirror of the cosmos itself, but for 5 centuries a quiet puzzle lingered within its elegant lines. A mathematical secret that didn't quite add up, just waiting for a fresh pair of eyes to see what was always there. The mystery was one of measurement. For generations, art historians and scientists tried to decode the precise mathematical rules Leonardo used. They were convinced he had embedded a special number, a divine proportion, into the drawing. The most popular candidate for this role was the golden ratio, a number approximately equal to 1.618, which appears in flowers, shells and galaxies. It seemed like a perfect fit for a Renaissance genius obsessed with the connections between humanity and nature. Yet, when scholars meticulously measured the drawing, the golden ratio never quite matched the proportions of the man in the circle and square. It was always just a little bit off, a slight but persistent dissonance in an otherwise perfect symphony of art and science. This nagging inconsistency left a door open for centuries. Was Leonardo's drawing simply an artistic approximation, not a precise geometric proof? Did he make a mistake? Or were we all looking for the wrong pattern, blinded by the fame of the golden ratio? The drawing became a kind of intellectual challenge, a message in a bottle from the past. It seemed to whisper that there was a deeper, more fundamental principle at play, a different key needed to unlock its true meaning. The world assumed the answer, if it existed at all, would come from the lofty halls of art history or mathematics, not from an entirely unexpected field. The quest to understand the Vitruvian Man is really a quest to understand our place in the universe. Leonardo wasn't just drawing a man, he was mapping the microcosm. He was proposing that the same geometric elegance that governs the orbits of planets and the structure of crystals also governs the architecture of our own bodies. This powerful idea suggests that we are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of its grand design. The search for the drawing's hidden ratio was therefore more than an academic exercise. It was a search for a shared language between ourselves and the cosmos, a formula that connects the span of our arms to the sweep of the stars. The solution to this 500-year-old puzzle arrived in July 2025 from a place no one expected, a dentist's office in London. Dr. Rory McSweeney, a practitioner more accustomed to the architecture of the human jaw than Renaissance art, looked at the Vitruvian Man with a different kind of training. He wasn't just seeing a work of art, he was seeing a diagram of anatomical mechanics. It was this unique perspective that allowed him to notice something astonishingly simple, something that had been overlooked for half a millennium. He found a clue not in complex curves or divine ratios, but in the most basic of shapes, a triangle hiding in plain sight. Leonardo himself had left a hint in the notes accompanying the drawing. He wrote, "If you open your leg, the space between the legs will be an equilateral triangle." This wasn't just a casual observation. McSweeney realized it was a direct instruction. He traced the lines. One side of the triangle is formed by the ground the figure stands on, and the other 2 sides run from each foot up to a single point in the figure's crotch. There it was, a perfect equilateral triangle, just as Leonardo had described. It had always been there, a foundational geometric element that everyone had seen, but no one had truly measured or understood its profound implications. This discovery was the first domino to fall. Once the triangle was identified, a new set of relationships emerged within the drawing. McSweeney performed a simple calculation based on this shape. He measured the ratio between the base of the triangle, the distance between the figure's spread feet, and the height from that base up to the man's navel. The navel, Leonardo believed, was the true center of the human body, the origin point from which the circle was drawn. When McSweeney divided the height to the navel by the width of the stance, he found a number that hovered around 1.64. It was a simple ratio, but it didn't match the golden ratio. It was something else entirely. This moment of discovery represents a beautiful truth about science and art. Sometimes the most profound secrets are not buried in complexity, but are waiting right on the surface. For centuries, the world had been trying to force a pre-existing theory, the golden ratio, onto Leonardo's work. Dr. McSweeney, however, started with the evidence itself. He followed Leonardo's own words and let the drawing speak for itself. By trusting the artist's instructions, he uncovered a geometric key that was simpler, more elegant, and a much better fit for the proportions than any previous theory. The triangle wasn't just a space between the legs. It was the Rosetta Stone for the entire drawing. And the ratio Dr. McSweeney uncovered, approximately 1.64, was incredibly close to a number known in mathematics and physics as the tetrahedral ratio. This number, precisely 1.633, is a fundamental constant of the universe, though it is far less famous than its cousin, the golden ratio. The tetrahedral ratio describes the most efficient way to pack spheres in three-dimensional space, a principle that governs everything from the arrangement of atoms in a crystal to the structure of complex molecules. It is a universal rule for optimal spatial organization. The fact that this number appeared in the Vitruvian Man was a revelation. It suggested Leonardo had stumbled upon a deep law of nature centuries before it was formally identified by scientists in 1917. This new finding presents a compelling challenge to the long-reigning golden ratio theory. While the golden ratio, 1.618, is a beautiful mathematical concept found in two-dimensional growth patterns, like the spiral of a nautilus shell, it never perfectly aligned with the Vitruvian Man's measurements. The tetrahedral ratio, however, fits the proportions derived from the hidden triangle with remarkable accuracy. This shift in understanding is profound. It suggests that Leonardo was not just concerned with aesthetics and two-dimensional patterns, but with something deeper. The principles of structural integrity and mechanical efficiency in three dimensions. He was thinking like an engineer of nature. So what is the significance of this tetrahedral constant? Imagine stacking oranges at the grocery store. You naturally arrange them in a pyramid or a tetrahedron because it's the most stable and compact way to do it. Nature does the same thing on an atomic scale. It uses this exact geometric relationship to build strong, stable structures. This ratio is the signature of optimal design. Finding it encoded in the proportions of the ideal human form implies that our own anatomy may have evolved according to these same principles of efficiency. Our bodies are not just beautifully proportioned, they are optimally engineered. The discovery repositions Leonardo da Vinci from a master artist who appreciated mathematics to a pioneering scientist who intuitively grasped the fundamental physics of the universe. He didn't have the language of modern crystallography or atomic theory, but through his relentless observation of nature and the human body, he appears to have discovered one of its core operating principles. The Vitruvian Man is not just a celebration of idealized human beauty. It is a scientific paper written in the language of art that proposes a universal law connecting the human form to the very fabric of physical reality. It's a testament to a mind that saw the universe in a grain of sand and the cosmos in the proportions of a man. The connection between the Vitruvian Man and the tetrahedral ratio becomes even more compelling when we look at other parts of human anatomy. Dr. McSweeney's background in dentistry was not a coincidence. It was the key. In his field, there is a well-known principle called Bonwill's triangle, established in 1864. It describes the ideal mechanical relationship in the human jaw, where the distance between the jaw joints and the center of the lower front teeth forms an equilateral triangle. This geometric arrangement ensures the most efficient chewing force. Incredibly, the ratios derived from Bonwill's triangle also align with the 1.633 tetrahedral ratio. The same geometric principle that governs the Vitruvian Man stance also governs the function of our bite. This parallel is astonishing. It suggests that the human body is a repeating fractal of optimal design with the same fundamental geometric rules appearing in different systems, from the grand posture of the whole body to the intricate mechanics of the jaw. It's as if nature used a single, highly efficient blueprint to solve different engineering problems. Leonardo, by studying the body as a whole, and Dr. Bonwill, by studying the mouth, independently arrived at the same geometric truth. This principle of spatial efficiency is not just an abstract concept. It is a living, breathing part of our biology, ensuring our bodies function with maximal strength and stability. This discovery transforms our perception of Leonardo da Vinci. He was not merely recording the proportions he saw. He was uncovering the underlying physics of life. He saw the human body as a machine, a piece of natural technology perfected by the same forces that shape crystals and pack atoms. The Vitruvian man can now be seen as his grand, unified theory of biology and physics, a hypothesis that the ideal human form is an expression of a universal law of organization. He was a man who truly saw the connections in everything, linking the human microcosm to the cosmic macrocosm through a shared geometric language. Ultimately, the solving of this 500-year-old mystery does more than just give us a new number to associate with the famous drawing. It deepens our appreciation for the elegant simplicity of the universe's design and the genius of the mind that first captured it. It suggests that we are intricately and efficiently woven into the fabric of the cosmos, built from the same mathematical rules that govern all matter. The Vitruvian man is not just a relic of the Renaissance. It is a timeless reminder that the answers to the greatest mysteries are often found where art, science, and nature converge, hiding in plain sight, waiting for us to look.